Hello, YouTube. My question for libertarians is, how do you propose we go from our current mix of socialism and capitalism to a pure libertarian type society? From what I can see, especially with the two-party system, where most people tend to vote for one or the other party, major parties, with only a few small minor parties getting in, or even if they do get a few small candidates, the overwhelming majority would be, one of these two systems. Working within this framework, how do you propose that we get to a libertarian society without getting stuck in crony capitalism? Crony capitalism is what basically caused the bailouts, which socialists disagree with, and libertarians, from what I can tell, they also disagree with, because banks and big businesses should stand and fall on their own. They shouldn't have money taken from other people to do this, and there's a few other things that could potentially get stuck. Basically, when the major parties propose things that you might agree with, so in theory, saying yes, that I agree with that deregulation or whatever, when really it's done because of the hands in the pockets of these major parties. What's to stop us, instead of getting a better society, ending up with a more, crony capitalism society rather than a libertarian society? Which I think, in my opinion, a crony capitalism society is probably worse than, the mix of socialism and capitalism that we have as it is. If we take away from the social things to put more power into the hands of businesses and whatnot, taking from taxpayers and others, when you consider another thing of libertarianism, that from what I can see is basically one of the reasons you want to do this, because the harm principle, you don't want to harm people, and government taking your money is basically theft. It's using the force of government to get what they want, and that's forcing people. And forces, generally, using force is not a good thing. That's why they've got that sort of thing. Why is using force to give more liberty to businesses, while at the same time continuing to support them and not maybe they might deregulate and do things like that, but but doing it in a way that is generally going to increase, make society worse rather than better. How do you propose that we go from our current system to libertarianism without getting stuck in crony capitalism, or even if you think we have to go through that way, how can we do it in such a way that it's not going to be so detrimental to society as a whole? Thank you. I look forward to seeing your responses.